The Roman army was the most powerful military force the ancient world had ever seen. Disciplined, organized, unstoppable. It was also full of jobs so miserable that even the soldiers doing them probably questioned every decision that led them there. Here are 3 of the worst jobs in the Roman army. Job 1. The decimation survivor. Decimation was the Roman army's answer to cowardice, mutiny, or failure in battle. The process was simple. If a unit disgraced itself, ran from battle, mutinied, failed its commander, every 10th man was selected by lottery and beaten to death by the other 9. Not by the enemy, by their own colleagues. The men doing the beating were not volunteers. They were ordered to do it. And the men being beaten were not necessarily the guilty ones. The lottery made no distinction between the brave and the cowardly. You could be the most decorated soldier in the unit and draw the wrong number. But here's the job that was somehow worse than dying. The survivors. The 9 men who beat their colleague to death still had to march, still had to fight, still had to function as a unit. Roman military records suggest decimated units performed worse in subsequent battles, which is surprising to absolutely nobody. Job 2. The latrine cleaner. The Roman army built latrines everywhere they went. Multi-seat communal stone structures, no privacy, no dividers, just a row of holes and a shared channel of water running beneath. Someone had to clean them. That someone was typically the lowest-ranked soldier in the unit, usually the most recent recruit, the one who had annoyed a superior, or the one who lost at dice. The tools were a sponge on a stick, shared between all users of the latrine, and a bucket. That is the complete list of tools. The job rotated, which means every soldier in a Roman legion eventually did latrine duty. No exceptions. No rank high enough to avoid it entirely. Historians note that Roman latrines, despite everything, were remarkably well maintained, which says something either about Roman discipline or Roman desperation. Job 3. The testudo interior. The testudo, or tortoise formation, was one of Rome's most effective battlefield tactics. Soldiers locked shields overhead and on all sides, creating an impenetrable shell that could advance under arrow fire. The soldiers on the outside held shields outward. The soldiers on the inside held shields up, bearing the full weight of the formation overhead, and could not see, could not move freely, and could not defend themselves if the formation broke. They just held and trusted. If the formation broke, and sometimes it did, the interior soldiers were the most exposed. No shield facing outward, surrounded by chaos. The outside soldiers at least knew what was coming. The inside soldiers just waited to find out. 3 jobs, 1 army, 0 good options. The Roman army built an empire. But somewhere in that empire, a man was cleaning a latrine with a shared sponge on a stick. And that man was also a soldier.